Hey, you guys. It's really good to see you. I'm glad you came back. Okay, so I almost immediately got bad news from my doctor. It's like I'm such a hoarder of like bad medical news, like whatever. But yeah, I have cancer. It's terminal, and a treatment that could have extended my life. I just found out it's not an option. So there's only one thing that hasn't been tried, and it's not very effective. So this is me now. But I thought, hey, then let's unpack bad news, right? Because like I don't know, for me, I can be very reactive. I can be like and freak out, and ultimately there are things that I do to try and modify that reaction to try and not stay positive. Not everything is good, but to live with everything that happens. And I've been so happy, and things have been going well. And at least this news, in this occasion, and it may be in most occasions, definitely not all, I know that this news doesn't affect how good yesterday was. And those things are going to still be in my life today and tomorrow. So it's not all bad. It simply can't be. And that feels pretty good. The fact that this is a rare cancer, actually, means that they're going to learn a lot. When I die, they're going to learn a lot more. And possibly people that aren't born yet will survive this disease because of the way that I die. And then that's pretty wonderful news. Plus, I've lost people suddenly. I'm not going to go suddenly. I'm going to say hello to lots of new people. And I'm going to say I love you to so many people. And I've got time to wrap it up, and that is a privilege I'm not going to waste. And so there's I think there is almost always a silver lining, and that doesn't make it less terrible, but um, it makes the terrible thing that it is bearable, right? I love doing stuff like that. Whew, I will be the worst. I will ruin myself with worst case scenario, and I am not ashamed of that. That's what we're doing. That's what well, okay. That's what I did yesterday. What is the worst thing that can happen? Can you manage it? Why not? Then what are you going to do? And when I have a list of things, I try to build myself back up. And I'm not a person that actually, oh, I'll say things nice about myself sarcastically, but when I really need it, I can try to dissociate, see myself as an absolute outsider. What would an outsider say about you without any bias because you have your own inside thoughts? And something usually comes to light, and I'll tell myself that. I actually deserve better than I treat myself, but it's yucky and I don't want to. But I think in bad news, to learn about yourself and to see something positive and to tell yourself that you see it. And all these things that get me through some of the absolute worst times. Plus the idea of having some wacky funeral plans. I saw these Hamilton theme invitations, and on the front, and I'll just use them as a program. I want to make some gift bags, fill them myself, and just leave them till whatever year that I go, and just have my kid hand them out. We already worked on this. They are going to, and I would like these cards in there. Just yeah, the Hamilton theme to troll my actual family and people I love, because it would just say on the cover how lucky we are to be alive right now. I'm a terrible person. I adore it. I think I'm gonna record my own eulogy and maybe roast myself a little bit. That'd be delightful. That's right. That is a thing that helps with me with bad news. Making plans. It's hard to give up when you've got good things coming up. You really don't want to give them up. I'm like, I hate everything. I am made out of pain and it won't get any better. But it would be really cool to embarrass my nephew next week. I'm not allowed to give up. Ah. Anyway, you guys, I'm glad you listened to me and let me share a little bit about my bad news, about how I manage bad news. What do you guys do? I'm sure I have so much to learn and less time to learn it in. How do you manage your bad news? There's there's so many times when you are just in a strong reaction. I try and dissect it. Am I overreacting? If the answer is yes, keep going. Why are you overreacting? Is it appropriate for the situation? And sometimes overreacting is appropriate for the situation because the situation is horrendous. But if I'm being unreasonable, then we unpack, why am I being unreasonable? Like, is it a physical thing? Is it an emotional thing? Is it connected to this or is it connected to the past? I really want to dig, and always know me. And if it is reasonable, I pat myself on the back. If it's unreasonable, I give myself compassion. I have so much to give other people, and I've learned that in an emergency, I'll give that to myself, whatever. And, meditation's the best. Oh, I've been doing that the last few days because once I got into the groove of doing that every day, it's amazing. I was taught like all this stuff, like, imagine yourself in a beach. No. Imagine yourself alone in the forest. No! Are you guys kidding me? But what I did is I start picking music I like and imagining textures, smells, sounds. I imagine people that I love in that place playing the music for me so that I'm comfortable and I feel safe. There are no doors and windows, so I feel safe. There is a big opening, a trellis opening across the ceiling where some sunlight comes through, but not much. I blister so easy. Little fruit trees and little petals coming through, and a fountain that I could put my feet in and wreck it. The floor is mattresses covered in satin. I just spent a lot of time. That's not even the half of it, but time deciding color, texture, smell, and then I'm only allowed in there when I am doing my meditation because it's fun in there, and then it makes me do it more often. And I come out just full of peace, happy in a hyper specific way to me. And that's when I push myself. Do things like get up the morning after some really bad news and throw on a face and share about how I dealt with this news and why it's been less than a day and I'm feeling pretty okay. Thank you guys so much. And I'll catch you later and you're wonderful. Bye-bye!